What's up, everybody? Your boy Pat back again with another edition of Second Take, where I talk tech and I speak sports. Today's topic of the day is the Note 8, the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. It was finally revealed to the public yesterday, and essentially all the things that I said that were leaked that were already in my last video got confirmed. There were no oh my god, wow, look at this new thing no one knows about and this is a big surprise. No. Today's world, we pretty much know the phone or know whatever product is being shown weeks and weeks before it's being shown. We know the exact specs. When people start selling phone cases prior to the launch, you know the exact size of the phone. Pretty much know everything. With that said, my last video was about, and I'll probably link it somewhere in here in this video, it was about why I'm not going to buy the Note 8. And I went on about how the phones are so similar, and I've started to look at other YouTubers that I follow, and there's a couple of them that are saying the same thing. The phones are just way too similar, and that right now is I think justifiably corrected. If Samsung is listening, Samsung, if you're listening, launch the S line 1 year with the Note line the next year. Launch them both in the beginning of the year. You don't have to compete with iPhone's launches at the back half of the year. You get to dominate in your own right. And I think that's why you see the S line doing much better in sales figures than the Note line, for part of the reason, not all of the reason, but part of the reason. The Note always goes up against the iPhone, and the S pretty much has a clean run in the beginning of the year with no major iPhone being launched. So with that said, am I still not going to get the phone? I'm going to say yes, I am still not going to get the phone. The difference for me that might sway me a little bit is Samsung announced a kind of I'm sorry campaign, where they're saying, hey, if you own the Note 7, we will give you up to $425 to trade in your current phone towards the purchase of the Note 8. Now that comes with a few caveats for me. I have to look at the specifics of this deal because I'm making this video. I know the specifics were supposed to come out today, and I'm making the video right now where I haven't read that yet. But up to $425 makes me think not every phone's going to be $425. In fact, I would say the only phone that's going to be $425 is probably going to be the S8 or the S8 Plus. Which last year, when people purchased a different phone, the S8 was not available when they had to trade in their Note 7. The only Samsung phone that was available, that was the newest phone, was the S7 and the S7 Edge. I currently have an S7 Edge. Now, with that being said, I still have 14 months of payments to pay off this phone. Now, if I'm able to get $325 or more for this S phone, then yeah, I might do it. But that also comes with another little kicker, where what happens to the payments? Am I responsible for the payments, or are they going to pay off my phone for me? I'm sure they're not going to pay off my phone for me. But if they do, then things get interesting, because now they're paying off my phone. They're giving me about $3 and change off of the next phone. Now, instead of paying $960 at Verizon, I'm paying about $6 and change, and it essentially becomes a $650 phone, which is like the sweet spot for me with phones. That's where you want to be at when buying a phone. It's about, $20-something a month, maybe. I don't know. Do the math. I didn't do it. $650 divided by 24, whatever that is. But that's about what I expect to pay for a phone. That's a nice price, I think, a nice fair price based on 2 years. Now, with that also being said, the other thing is, what happens to somebody who has an S6 or who has a Note 5? They're not really going to get that much of a deal off, so I don't know if that even makes sense, because if you're not going to pay the remainder of the payments off, then they're kind of, they're taking a big leap, but I think they're kind of stuck with where they are, because if you're not paying the payments off and then you're not giving them but maybe $100, it's really not worth it, I don't think. So we'll kind of see where that goes. Another thing I will bring up is Verizon just Now, I heard this through a friend, but Verizon is giving up to, or giving, I don't know if it's up to $480 or $480. Essentially, they're giving a half-price Note 8 if you're trading your old phone. Is that any old phone? I'm sure it's not, and I would imagine that trading in like a S6 or Note 5 or S7 or S8 is going to have varying degrees of amount of dollars being given back to you. I don't see why, you know, you would be able to trade in a Note 5 and get $480 off of a phone. But if you can, that would be amazing. And if you can, that essentially means that the Samsung deal is not as good as the Verizon deal. So that's a little caveat there. Keep in mind also with these Note 8 purchases, the pre-orders, you're going to get the choice of a 360 camera, a Gear 360 camera, or you can get both the wireless charging pad and a 128 gigabyte SD card. So I would say off the top, the only things that are really different for me right now is the dual camera, the optical zoom, and the 6 gigabytes of memory. But I've never had any of those phones with those features before. So those are the only things that are new. So by me skipping out on the Note 8, I'm not missing anything per se, because I've had all of that stuff already. And if I've had all that stuff already, I just think the S8 and the Note 8 are just way too close, way too similar of a phone for me to spend $1,000 on a phone versus $600 you can get the S8 for right now. It has a couple of different features, a couple of awesome features, newer features. It's got the almighty S Pen, of course. But for me right now, if I'm not able to get this phone's payments paid off and some sort of discount on the phone, $300, $400, $500, then I'm probably not going to purchase this phone. I didn't think I would say that when I had the Note 7. I automatically said I couldn't wait for the Note 8 to come out, but now that the phones essentially are the same, I could say, hey, well, if I get an S8, I'll probably get 90 to 95% of what the Note offers. Whereas in past times, there was a lot more to differentiate the two phones, and you really felt like you were getting a completely different phone. Whereas now I feel like if I get a Note 8 over an S8, I'm getting just an S8 with a feature or two more. So are those features worth $300, $400, $500 extra? In my mind, no. So let me know what your thoughts are. I know my last video I said I want to get it, and I'm confirming that based on not rumors, but on actual factuals. That's the word of the day. That's a double, actual factuals. But these are the actual specs of the phone. The phone has been officially released, so we know exactly what the phone is. Just so happens all of my rumors are exactly what the phone has been confirmed to be. With that said, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, dislike, subscribe. It's your boy Pat. Peace. I'm out, and I will see you in the next one.